What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Cannonballs podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Dane Cannon. Co-hosting with me today is...
Jake Bowles on the mic, 1, 2.
And guys, we got a great episode for you today. We're going to be predicting Week 14. We're getting near the end of the season already, which is crazy to think about. And
Dude, time flies when you're doing nothing but sitting on your ass watching football all day Sunday, because that's the best. That's the best thing to do on Sunday. If you're not doing that on Sunday, rethink your life.
But yeah, guys, so we're going to be predicting the rest of the games. We're starting with the Sunday slate. So if you guys haven't already, check out our Power Rankings episode. Hopefully we have no issues during processing because we're recording the same night. But we predicted the Raiders to win. Both Jake and I picked the Raiders to beat the Rams. We're going to get started with the Sunday slate. Jake, do you have anything to add? If I didn't already mention, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Follow us at Cannonballs_podcast for our Instagram. It's our main form of social media. Anything to add on, Jake?
Yeah, please like our videos, actually. I think that's going to help us out, like, get more views and stuff, if, like, more liked videos. So maybe we'll do, like, a thing where we can do a little contest or something.
Yeah, guys, we might actually be willing to throw out a sweatshirt. I don't have it on me, but we did have a couple sweatshirts that we created for the podcast that we have. They are very comfortable. I like the color of them. Jake has one. I have one. We have them in two colors. We have them in red and gray. We can upload those on our Instagram if you guys would like to see them. You know, maybe we could do a little contest, see if we can get to 15 likes or 15 comments, anything like that, you know, something small. We're a very small channel right now. We're trying to grow, but maybe we could pick one of you guys. If you guys give us your information, we'll pick one of you at random and we could maybe mail you a sweatshirt for free. So anything else?
I will say this. Have you worn yours out in public, Dane?
I've been wearing it I wore it today.
All right, nice. I've worn it a couple times out in public, and it's definitely turned some heads. Like I've noticed people like reading it and like maybe thinking, "Oh, that's a sweet design. What does that mean? What does CBP mean?" It means the Cannonballs podcast, baby. You already know. All right,
baby.
But I mean, we have 112 followers on Instagram. If we could get like 100 likes per video, man, that would melt my heart. I would kiss every one of you on the lips. But you know, enough about trying to, you know, expand our podcast. Let's get into the Sunday night slate, Dane. And you did such an excellent job last week, and I did pretty good. I mean, not too shabby, but you know what? Let's try our hardest to predict every game. And if we disagree on a game, we have to convince the other person, because we have to get at least one every game.
Okay.
All right? Let's do it.
All right. So starting off the Sunday slate at 10 a.m., we have the New York Jets traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills in Buffalo. I will start this one off. I think this is going to be a tough game. I think the Jets defense has been playing lights out. The offense is doing well enough with Mike White to win games. However, I'm going to pick Buffalo at home. Their defense stepped up against New England. That might just be kind of a knock on how poorly New England's been playing offensively. But I'm going to go Bills. I think they're the better team, but I think this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Bills. I just don't think the Jets have enough to beat them. I think maybe they could upset them, like, in a close game, but I like how the Jets' offense is playing a little bit more, but I don't think it's enough to beat the Bills. Even though they beat them the first time, I think the Bills get it done this time, and they trade 1v1. So we are agreed on that one.
All right. Jake, I'll let you go first with this next one. Next 10 a.m. game, we have the Cleveland Browns traveling to Cincinnati to play the Bengals.
All right. Bengals are healthy. They got Jamar Chase. Last time they played, they did not have Jamar Chase. This team is a completely different team with Jamar Chase. However, I think the Browns are the Bengals' kryptonite. With that, and they have Deshaun Watson. He looked rustier than the Iron Giant last week. But I still have to take the Bengals. It's just for me, it's a smarter pick. I think. I think they're just on fire. They've won. They've had some really good wins these last couple weeks. It's hard for me to go against the Bengals right now, especially against the Browns.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dane?
I'm right there with you. The last time the Bengals actually lost was against the Browns in November. That's the last time they lost. They're on a 4-game winning streak. However, I think that the Bengals at home, they're going to roll. Like you said, they have Jamar Chase now. Is Joe Mixon coming back for this game? Do you know?
He has a concussion. I haven't heard anything. It's really early in the week. You know, maybe look. We record this on Monday night, guys. So
we
hopefully
have news and notes to present to you guys.
Yeah. So if you guys are gonna bet on this game, I would wait until Joe Mixon is out there. Even without Joe Mixon,
I think he's been doing enough to help this team on the running attack. But, Joe Burrow's playing out of his mind. I think that they're going to have a bounce back against the Browns. So I'm picking the Bengals with you. Next game, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, I don't think they lose 2 to Cleveland. It's
exactly.
Just that doesn't make sense to me.
I think they split. Next game, I don't even think we need to talk about this one that much. The Houston Texans traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. I already know your pick is Dallas. My pick is Dallas. There's no reason we would pick Houston, right?
No reason at all.
All right. Sorry, Texan fans. We wish we could give you a little bit more, but you guys are in a complete rebuild. You guys are probably going to get the number 1 overall pick in the draft and pick Bryce Young. So good job. All right, next game. We have – this one's interesting. This one is interesting. We have the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Detroit to play the Lions. And the Lions usually get at least 1 win against the Vikings every year. Who you got, Jake? I want to hear your comments.
This Lions team was this close to beating the Vikings the first time they played. And that was when the Lions weren't healthy. They were missing some plays. I don't think they had DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift is healthy now. But that was when this team wasn't clicking. This team is clicking right now. And maybe it's kind of a upset pick, but I truly believe the Lions can beat the Vikings. But will I take them? That one's hard. I kind of want to hear you first. I want to take the Lions a lot in this game.
I am going with the Lions.
All
And
right.
here's why. They are literally backs against the wall. This team is playing absolutely out of their freaking minds physically. Dan Campbell is the ultimate hype man for this team. He has them playing like dogs, dog mentality. Jared Goff's playing well. Their offensive line is so good. They can stop the pass rush of Minnesota. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. This team is just clicking. DJ Chark has been doing well for this team as well. And this defense has been playing so much better. At home, division rivalry, this stadium is going to freaking go insane. Because guess what? This is one of their 2 wins last year. You know that their backs are against the wall. They have a possibility to make playoffs this year.
Dude.
I'm going to Detroit at home.
2 more wins, and this team is 500.
Yep.
So, I mean, I was already thinking about taking Detroit, and you just convinced me, man. It's
yeah, baby.
It's do or die. It's do or die for the Detroit Lions, man. You got me hyped up talking about this team right now, man.
Lions fans, I am hyped for you guys. I am rooting for you. I said it in our Power Ranking episode. City of Detroit, you have my respect. You have my vote, okay?
Hey.
With an upset. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I think, and I don't think it's far-fetched, honestly. This Vikings team loves to play the close game. I think every single game, except for maybe one, has been a score of 7 or less points. And this Detroit Lions team can definitely keep up with this Vikings team. And like you said, I haven't noticed too much, but I've noticed a little bit, but the Lions defense has been stepping up. So let's do it, baby. Let's ride.
Let's ride with the Lions, baby. Upset Central. All right, next game. Here's a division rivalry game. This is one of the games we were talking about in our power rankings, Jake, that we're excited about. We have the 11-1 Philadelphia Eagles traveling to New York to play the Giants. Who do you
got? Man, earlier before last week, I might have taken the Giants, but I got the Eagles. They're just too on fire, man. I don't think, although the Giants are greatly improved from last year, this has been a great season. I still think they can potentially get into playoffs, but the Eagles are the Eagles, man. They're showing they are the elite of the elite, and it's hard for me to go against the Eagles right now. I mean, the Eagles are healthy too. Like, they have 0 injuries. There's nothing for me saying, maybe the Giants can expose this. They have a great rush defense. They have a good pass defense. They have a great offensive pass and rushing attack. So it's a matter if they play down to their competition. So I mean, I hope they don't, but I'm going Eagles.
I'm going Eagles as well. Basically everything that you touched on. I like the New York Giants, but the Eagles have a stout run defense. And if they can, because they did it against Derrick Henry, if they can do that also against Saquon Barkley, I don't think this New York Giants offense has much of a chance with only Darius Slayton and Daniel Jones. I don't think they're going to get it done.
Oh, that's another thing. That thank you, because that just convinced me through the roof right there. Because the one thing I've been saying about the Giants is their passing attack is it's suspect. Yeah, it's poo-poo. And, the Eagles have a really good passing defense. So they're going to lock Darius Slayton up. They're going to I like the Eagles a lot. So, all right.
Both on the Eagles. Next game, we have the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Pitt to play the Steelers. And I'm going to take this one away. Second upset. I'm going Steelers.
I don't think this is an upset.
Well, are you on board with the Steelers for this one?
100%, baby. Right. 100%.
Right, Kenny Pickett. Without Lamar Jackson, this Ravens offense is going to struggle. I think the defense is good, but it's in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's back is against the wall as well. Mike Tomlin does not want to have a losing season. He's going to fricking inject all of his players with HGH at halftime and before the game. They're going to be double roided up. They're going to be double ready to play. They're going to sack Tyler Huntley because he can't do what Lamar Jackson does. He's good. He's good with his legs, but he's not going to be able to do what Lamar Jackson does with his legs. And because of that, I'm going Pittsburgh. I think that them at home, the stadium's going to go crazy. I just like what I'm seeing from them. So, yeah, I'm going Pitt.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh too, except I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be like a 12-9 game. Like I said, the Ravens have a defense where they can keep them in the game, but I think the Steelers, the way their defense with TJ Watt is just black and white, man, night and day. So, yeah, I got the Steelers. They're on fire. They're playing for their coach, and that's what a good coach does for that team, or does for your team. So, you play for your coach, and they're going to try to get them to 500. And just like the Lions, they're only 2 games away. So, let's go Pittsburgh, man. I think they can do it. I really do, especially without Lamar.
I'm right there with you. So, riding with the Steelers. Plus, they are hot. They're on a couple-game winning streak, so good for Pitt. Next game, last game of the 10 o'clock slate, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. Who you got, Jake?
All right. I think this is our first pretty difficult game. All right. So, Jacksonville just got blown out. Did they beat the Titans the first time they played? Look that up for me.
Look that up for you.
So, yeah, Jacksonville got blown out. The Titans are on a 2-game losing streak. Damn, dude.
They have not played the Jags yet. This is their
They haven't
first
played the
time.
Jags yet?
This is
Really?
their first time. They're playing them this week and then the last game of the season.
Damn, dude. I
Do you
mean, my
want me to
head.
start this off?
Well, I mean, I'll say what I'm thinking. I think the Titans are going to take it, just because I really don't see them losing 3 in a row, and just showing what they're a good coach team. I think they'll figure out what's wrong, even though they are one-dimensional. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, they have a good defense, except they just got blown the F out by the Lions. So it's kind of hard to, have confidence in any of these teams, both of these teams. But right now, my head is saying the Titans. Convince me otherwise.
I'm going Titans, and the reason I'm going the Titans is because statistically and historically, Derrick Henry has run all over this Jaguars team. And we're in December. The Yeti is coming out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've got to watch fantasy footballers. But Derrick Henry, the Yeti, is about to be unleashed. There might be snow. I don't know if there's going to be snow. But if there is snow, he's rushing for 300-plus yards. But even if they are one-dimensional, he just knows how to run against this Jacksonville Jaguars team. I'm going Jags. Or, excuse me, I'm going Titans. And I think Ryan Tannehill will be able to do enough. Hopefully they can get Treylon Burks back. Hopefully he clears concussion protocol. But if not, I think that they'll still be able to do enough. And I think the Titans defense will stack up pretty well against the Jags.
All right, let's do it. Titans, baby.
All right, next game. I think, again, this is one that we're not going to have to talk about too much. We have the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Denver to play the Broncos.
Oy, yeah, I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
They take out their anger against the Broncos. These teams are just complete opposites. One's good, one's not.
Yeah, so Jake and I are both taking the Chiefs. All right, next game, we have, I think this is actually going to be more challenging to predict than people think. We have the Carolina Panthers traveling to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Even though Seattle just won, they haven't looked the best over the last 3 games. They were red hot in the month of October. They're kind of simmering down, like Jake alluded to in our Power Rankings episode. I'm right there with you. Jake, who you got?
Oh, man, this one is tough. I mean, it's in Seattle, so, right off the back, I think I'm going to take the Seahawks. But I could definitely see the Carolina Panthers giving them some business, man. This defense is not to be taken lightly. Yeah, and just every once in a while they get their offensive pieces going, and the Seahawks defense is kind of simmered down. They're not as hot as they were. This one could be an upset.
So I think it could possibly be an upset, but I'm taking Seattle. I think they ride the momentum from their win last week against a division rival. Pete Carroll's going to rally this team. I think that they take a step forward, kind of like they were doing in October. I like the Panthers' defense, but Geno Smith is playing really well. DK's playing well. Tyler Lockett's playing well. I am a little concerned about possibly the running attack if Kenneth Walker is injured and out, but he should be back, hopefully. But either way, I like Seattle at home. I think the 12th man plays a factor. I think that crowd noise, they have a chance for playoffs this year. I think they're already one of the seeds of playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. They're probably, I think, the 7th seed, 6th or 7th
Yeah, they're
seed.
7th. They're 7th.
So I think the stadium's going to be rocking. They're going to want to win. And, the Panthers, they play teams tough, and they've played upset before, but I like the Seahawks in this. Give me Seattle.
Yeah, and I mean the teams that the Panthers have upset, who have they been? The Bucks, and there's somebody that was kind of questionable.
Right.
So, I mean the Seahawks have their question marks too, mainly just because they're not playing
I think
as hot as they were.
Also. And at that time, the Rams were like heavily favored, if I'm not mistaken.
Might have, but yeah, let's go Seahawks. Yeah, let's go Seahawks.
All right, last game of the 1 o'clock slate, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to San Francisco to play your boys, the 49ers. Who you got?
Man. Tampa Bay is coming off that insane win. And they have a stout defense. They're good at stopping the run. So that's kind of what I feel like this 49ers offense is going to rely on. But you know what? Brock did his thing. I think they threw more during the game against the Dolphins with him than they did running. So I think they're kind of like switching up their philosophy, like kind of throwing to set up the run or doing that short pass game to kind of that kind of mimics running to kind of get like open spaces and stuff. But I think the 49ers defense is the factor in this game. And I think they shut down the Bucks, especially if the Saints can, shut them down for 3.5 quarters. I think this is going to be like this team reminds me of like the Ravens in 2000 when they won the Super Bowl with that elite defense. Just, no offense to be spoken of, but that defense would shut down teams. You would get maybe a touchdown and a field goal, and you'd win the game. I think that's how the rest of this season is going to be. So I'm taking the 49ers.
I'm right there with you. I think with all the injuries that the Bucs have on the offensive line and with probably the defensive player of the year with Nick Bosa on the other side of things, I think he's absolutely going to just win this game.
Don't say that.
Shut up.
Dude, okay, my whole life I've wanted I wanted a Coach of the Year award, a Defensive Player of the Year award, the rest. But like this close, I still think back in the day, Aldon Smith should have gone Defensive Player or Defensive Rookie of the Year or whatever. But if Nick Bosa gets Defensive Player of the Year,
yeah, I think this 49ers defense is just going to have not a cakewalk, but I think they're going to do pretty well because the Bucs just aren't an offensive team at this point in time this year. And the 49ers defense is the best in the league. So give me the 49ers at home all day. Is this their third home game in a row?
Yeah.
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Yeah. So I think if they can stop the Dolphins offense, they can 100% stop the Bucs offense. And you know what? I think they're playing for something. Their Super Bowl hopes are hanging by the threads, and they need to rally. And you remember when whatchamacallit? I don't know if you know about a lot about NFL history, but like when the Rams quarterback got hurt and they picked up Kurt Warner off the streets.
Out of a grocery store.
Yep, out of a grocery store. This reminds me. It's similar. It's similar. And I think they can do it. I really do. So I'm taking the 49ers.
All right, guys. So far, Jake and I haven't had to convince each other too terribly hard, but we're in alignment. These are Cannonball Podcast guarantees.
Oh,
we're going 100% this week. 100%.
Bet your life savings, baby.
We have Sunday night. This game got flexed. It probably shouldn't have been this game, but we have the Miami Dolphins traveling to LA to play the Chargers. Both these teams are coming off a bad loss. I'm going Dolphins. There's just no reason for me to pick the Chargers at this point. I have serious question marks about this coaching staff, the scheme at this point, the defense. I think this offense from the Miami Dolphins is going to eat them alive. Raheem Mostert should have a day. Jeff Wilson should have a decent day if they utilize him. And then not only that, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they'll be just fine because we don't have the speed on the defense to keep up with these players. So I think it'll be interesting. I think the Chargers will also score offensively. I don't think that the Dolphins have as good of a pass rush as, say, the Raiders right now. I think Max Crosby is one of the best, and Chandler Jones had an amazing game. And, of course, Jerry Tillery, the player we get rid of, has a vendetta against the Chargers, so he played with fire.
I would too, baby.
Yeah.
Revenge game.
Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, real quick before I give my pick, I could think of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games better than this game, honestly. No offense to the Chargers, but
Not taking at this point.
yeah, I think the Dolphins get their revenge. After a tough loss against a good team. I think they take advantage. This team just has so much firepower. I'd be shocked if they lost, honestly.
I would be too.
It would just be one of those times where the Chargers just play out of their minds, because it happens. It happens. Even like a couple weeks ago, they played out of their minds, and they have. I mean, is Mike Williams going to be back?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I still got the Dolphins. I mean, just too much firepower, and no offense to you Charger fans, you Dane, but that defense is just atrocious at times. So yeah, I got the Dolphins.
Yeah, agreed. All right, guys. Monday night we have the New England Patriots traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals. Who you got, Jake?
For as much as I've talked shit about this team, for as much as I criticize Kyler Murray, I'm taking the Cards. I think they're going to have Hollywood Brown. He's going to be rested. This is going to be his 3rd week back. They're going to have D-Hop. I think Hollywood Brown might eat, but because the Patriots take away that number one target beautifully. But that, I think, who did they play last where they should have won? Was it the Chargers? It was the Chargers. So they play teams. They've been playing a lot better, I think, in these last several weeks. But I think the Cardinals can get it done. Convince me otherwise.
No, I'm actually going to ride with you. I like the way that Vance Joseph, I believe is the defensive coordinator's name. I like the way that he coaches this defense. I like the Cardinals defense. I think the question mark is on the offensive side of things with the decision making, especially some of the 4th downs. If we're referring to the Chargers game, they should have just run for it on 4th and 1 with James Conner, who was eating that day and looking like freaking Derrick Henry out there. But they decided to go for a long ball and get it intercepted by Derwin James. But I still trust this defense against the New England Patriots offense.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a deciding factor. And like you said, Kyler Murray should be able to do enough against this New England Patriots defense, who has recently been kind of giving up a decent amount of yards and points. So I'm going to take the Cards at home. I think Cliff Kingsbury, even though he's probably already sayonara, even though he's pretty much gone at this point, I think he's going to be playing for his coaching job. So we'll see. I got the Cardinals with you as well. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it. That is week 14. We are already at week 14. We have 4 weeks after this. Kind of scary to think about that the football season's already getting close to playoffs. But yeah, thank you again, guys, for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram at Cannonballs with a Z_podcast. Jake, do you have anything to add before we get out of here?
No, just good luck to all your teams, unless you're a 49ers or Chargers fan. Not good luck to your teams.
What?
No good luck to your teams.
You said Chargers and 49ers.
Yeah, good luck to your teams. Well,
last year of Chargers 49ers.
Yeah.
Misheard you. My bad. My mistake.
But for the sake of our picks, not good luck to the Chargers because we picked them to lose. But yeah, as always, thanks for listening. Please like and comment, subscribe. It's fun. Pretty much we're doing this for ourselves and like a couple other people. But it's funner. It's more funner. It's more fun when people interact with us, talk shit. Please talk shit to us. Like, tell us where we're wrong. We love it. We love it. Okay. Backstory. I work at a school, and this kid, he's a Seahawks fan, started talking trash because I was wearing my 49er stuff, and guess what? I gave him the business. I told him what's up. I put him in his place. I don't care. 11 years old, I don't care. But I'll talk trash to anyone, whether you're 11, 89, 52, it don't matter. Anybody can get it. All right. As always, thank you for listening. Good luck, everyone, and peace.